Last time, on Adequately Advanced Magic.
In the distant CCA trifecta of some 80-floor tall arcologies.
So where's our destination here?
Our contact is in that arcology over there. Rejuvenation. Yeah, the RE flickers off for a hot second. It just says Juvenation. We'll set up a base there and then figure out where to go from there. The group gathers in Papa's office. Alistair says, "We received a tip, an anonymous tip, that we've now been able to trace back to a certain Rudiger Niigrim. Since then, we've attempted to establish contact, but he appears to be missing. I believe Mr. Niigrim is our best bet in finding Arcane's secret office. His last known residence is here, in Rejuvenation." Inside the file is an address. It lists Rudiger's apartment as being on the 25th floor.
I guess we should check out the apartment.
All right.
Yeah, let's head upstairs.
Welcome to Falcon's Reach, a city in which magic is technology. You're listening to Adequately Advanced Magic.
Hyrkir, Niclaus, and Seirys, the three of you find yourselves outside the apartment of Rudiger Niigrim. Ahead of you is a door.
I would like to give up and go home.
A heavy-set metal sliding door, and nearby you see a keypad.
Should we knock or ring a bell or?
Yeah, we should knock.
This is for somebody's apartment?
Yes.
Yeah, where are you buying these doors from, Joey? I would like one of those for my apartment.
Are all the doors on this floor, like, similarly locked down, or is this one especially, like, secure?
They're all about roughly the same secureness.
Wow. Is this like the apartment block that has bars in all the windows?
Yeah.
I'm okay with us just knocking. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, do we need to break in to start off with?
No, we absolutely are not breaking in. We're going to knock. Like civilized people.
But what about all those no-knock raids I heard the Falcon's Reach PD was running?
I haven't heard of any such raids, and you will not ask any further questions about that. Seirys knocks.
You knock on the door. There's no answer. But how about the three of you do a perception check?
Ooh.
Seirys continues to knock.
Just do.
But I'll also do a perception check. She's like, surely they're in there and they're just too polite to come to the door.
Niclaus has a perception of 16.
19 for Hyrkir.
That would be a whopping 6.
Nice.
For Niclaus and Seirys, the sound of Seirys' knocking blocks out anything you might have heard.
Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Hyrkir, you're pretty sure you hear something coming from inside the apartment.
Is it like normal movement or like some sort of Cthulhu hideous monster?
It's the sound of a very, very small thunk.
I heard something. I think there's someone in there.
Are they in danger?
It didn't sound like it particularly. It was just a small thunk, like someone was maybe startled and knocked something over.
Yeah. If they're hurt, then we must go in and investigate. Their lives are in danger, right, Seirys?
Yes, that justification works for me. I try kick. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it. Do it.
Niclaus sees Seirys about to kick the door and stops what he was doing to watch.
Seirys is only concerned with the quickest way to get from point A to point B and tries to kick down the door.
Alright, go ahead and roll a strength check.
What are these arcology doors made out of?
Metal.
This
And
is
there are no hinges.
Does it slide? Is it like a Star Trek door?
Yes, it's like a Star Trek door.
That is a 15. The door goes flying.
The door kicks back.
Ow.
You take 6 points of damage.
There's like a loud thunk that just sort of echoes throughout the hallway. Your foot hurts.
I'm embarrassed. This has never happened before.
Did the door not slide open dramatically?
It does not.
Okay. Niclaus says, that was a good try, Seirys, and he wraps the back of his knuckles against the door as he casts knock.
The door explodes.
Into a slide.
Into a slide.
Becomes unstuck, unbarred, or unlocked.
Alright, the door does not explode. Niclaus, you cast knock, and a loud knocking sound, even louder than Seirys' last kick, reverberates 300 feet down the hallway.
Impossible.
A light on the keypad turns green, and the door slides open.
What is it? What kind of sound does it make as it slides open, Joey?
It's like, ding.
Does it sigh with satisfaction?
Is it like a shh or a whoosh?
It's like saw, 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 saw. It's very slow. It's gears.
Oh no!
There's actually a pixie in the side, like
Turning a crank.
crank.
The pixie is just buff,
Swole.
just ripped.
With tiny legs, because it never gets to do.
It's just upper body all the time.
Never gets to do leg day.
I don't know. Maybe it strengthened its legs, so its legs are doing the thing sometimes. The pixie cares extremely deeply about gains for all of its limbs.
Yeah, the door slides open.
Niclaus proceeds in.
Seirys also proceeds in.
Hyrkir does as well.
The three of you head inside.
Then we listen.
Hyrkir looks around for the source of the thunk that he heard.
What do some of our half-elf eyes see?
Only one of you have an elven eye and a human eye?
Yeah, that's actually how it works. You would think it would be some sort of combination, but actually, yeah, one human ear, one elf ear.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're just grotesque monsters to look at.
The three of you see a somewhat small one-bedroom apartment. Straight ahead of you, you see a living area that has a Kokobola working desk and a couple of built-in recessed drawers. Behind that, you see that there's large glass doors that lead to a balcony. To your immediate right, you see a dining room that has a coffee table, a JYMO branded machine, and a large trash chute. Along one of the walls in the living room and also in the dining room are doors that would presumably lead into the bedroom. In general, the place is a hot mess. It's been tossed. All throughout the floor and sort of strewn about are research documents and various academic papers.
Any sign of whatever, the gnome dude or anyone else?
Go ahead and do a perception check.
25.
He's just there like, hi guys. Welcome to my apartment.
As you take a look around, you see that there's no one here in this room. On the floor, you see a picture frame that has a pretty solid base that could have very likely had made the thunk.
Where is it in the room?
It's in the living area.
I walk over to it and inspect it.
You pick it up. It's a photo of Rudiger alongside an older-looking half-elf with a hair color very similar to Seirys. In fact, you do a quick double take. You look at Seirys and you look at the picture, and then you look at Seirys again.
Hey, Seirys, take a look at this.
Okay.
I show her the image.
You take a look at it, Seirys, and you realize it's your dad.
This is my father.
Oh, why would he be with Rudiger? I assume this is Rudiger.
Did dear old dad ever mention his good friend Rudiger to me?
No, he did not.
What the heck is going on? Dad never mentioned a friend Rudiger, and this photo, they look like old buddies. This makes no sense.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. Rudiger has ties to Arcane, but he's also working with Hyrkir, which means maybe my dad knows about Arcane and Hyrkir, but he never mentioned any of this to me, and he just disappeared I'm gonna have to ask Alistair and Tiger about this. Seirys pockets the photo.
Like it was in a big base. I don't think you just shove it in your pocket.
Seirys removes the photo from the
Folds it in
frame,
quarters.
and it's evidence.
Puts it in a plastic bag.
She's not authorized to take evidence anymore, but she takes this evidence, puts it in a plastic baggie.
All right, Hyrkir's going to wander over to the research bin cabinet area.
Yeah, it's a bunch of drawers and a desk here. But let's let Niclaus do something.
Niclaus will wander over to the GYMO machine. What type of machine was it?
You head over into the dining room and you take a look around. There's this JYMO ordering terminal, and it's right next to what appears to be some sort of dumbwaiter. You notice that there's no kitchen here.
Niclaus will check the dumbwaiter, see if anything is inside.
You open up the dumbwaiter. There's 2 JYMO brand protein bars. They look like they've been sitting in here for at least a couple of days.
Niclaus will pocket them.
Niclaus loves a protein bar.
2 days old just means 2 days out of like the 15 years they manufactured were back.
They're still pretty fresh.
Yeah, you're looking at the epitome of middle-class fancy here.
Niclaus will call out to his compatriots and say, "Looks like it's been several days since he was here."
That checks out with what Alistair was saying.
I'd also venture that he left in a hurry, considering the state of his apartment.
But I guess we should look around for what clues we might be able to find.
Seirys looks at the academic articles and research notes to see if that would give her some indication on what he was looking into and maybe where he would be going.
You grab a bunch of papers just off the floor and you start leafing through them. Go ahead and do a straight intelligence check.
All right, let's see what this +0 gets me. 18.
Nice.
There's nothing illicit about this research. It's actually a lot of conspiracy theories that center around the magitite refining process and where magitite comes from.
Do I recognize them as conspiracy theories?
Yeah, they are pretty outlandish to you. They also there are also like a couple of histories of Falcon's Reach.
Does the research look sound, at least, or does it just look as if it's a bunch of conjecture and looking for links where there are none?
It appears to be mostly conjecture.
Okay. Odd. For somebody who's such an esteemed scientist, he seems to be into some pretty out there theories about magitite.
Hyrkir, what you looking at?
Did someone else look at the drawers and whatnot? Because that's what I was going.
No,
to.
Seirys just picked up like papers off the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna see what's in the drawers.
Yeah, go ahead and do a investigate check.
Investigate. Someday I'll remember that I have no bonus to this. 17.
The drawers are mostly cleared out, with their contents tossed onto the floor. As you take a look at the desk, however, you notice that most of the table has also been turned out. But upon closer inspection, you notice that there was a secret compartment here.
Ooh. Has it been opened and like...
Yeah, it has also been opened. It's quite dusty inside. And you notice that there's a spot here that would perfectly fit that picture frame you saw earlier, and also something else.
It looks like that picture and something else were in this formerly secret compartment.
That's really weird. Why would the picture frame still be here and also have fallen before we came in?
Well, maybe someone is still in here. We still have presumably the bedroom to look into.
You think someone else has been here besides us and Rudiger?
I suspect so. I don't think he ransacked his rooms and then left.
We're not the only ones on his tail.
What does he know? What does he know?
Niclaus will move on from the dumbwaiter to the trash chute. There was a trash chute, right?
Yep.
There was.
He'll look through there, poke his head in,
take a look down the trash chute and go ahead and do a history check.
History. All right. That'll be a 8.
You've heard stories of people using these to sneak around or break into people's houses. How true these stories are, you're unsure. As you look around, you do see that it is capable of fitting a person in.
Does it go like all the way to the top? So does it go back up too?
You mean, is there like an opening up top?
Yep.
No. In this case, they're designed so that there's like a main chute. So this way, like, people don't, you know, like, you don't accidentally poke your head in and get decapitated by trash that's like coming from the 60th floor or something like that.
Okay. But he doesn't find anything else other than possible method of ingress or egress.
Yep.
Trash chute's clear.
Okay.
Alright, Seirys checks out the balcony.
You head out to the balcony. Here you just see that there's several adjacent balconies, and you're actually very high up. You're on the 25th floor. In the distance, you can see the purple smoke wafting in the distance. To the left and to the right are other balconies.
Oh wow, we're high up.
There's a dead plant out here.
Well, that's sad. Nobody's been around to take care of this plant. That's the real tragedy here. Is there any evidence that somebody has been to this balcony recently?
Do an investigate check.
Gonna investigate. 21.
There's some signs of someone having been out here, but it looks pretty ordinary to you. Like, you can imagine Rudiger coming out here and looking out across the skyline. There's a couple of like gnome-sized footprints and slippers out here.
Ah. Well, I guess at least I've ruled this room out as a room, quote unquote, out as a place to investigate. Seirys will head back inside. Balcony's clear.
Just the room to look at then?
I suppose so.
Niclaus starts snacking on one of the protein bars out of frustration.
I'm so mad I could eat this.
Niclaus, you eat one of the protein bars and you feel inspired.
Do any of my compatriots lack inspiration currently?
Yes.
What about you, Hyrkir? Do you currently lack inspiration?
I don't believe I have any inspiration at this time. I am
Niclaus.
uninspired.
Niclaus will gift his current inspiration to Hyrkir, and he'll gift his new inspiration from eating the protein bar to Seirys.
Whoa!
Okay, how do you inspire Hyrkir?
While he was in the trash chute, did he perchance see any interesting fungi growing?
It's a great start. It's a good start right there.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Okay, so as he's snacking, he has a moment of insight, and he's like, "Oh, Hyrkir, by the way, in the trash chute, there was like this weird fungus that was like purple, and it had another fungus growing out of it that was pink. It was so weird."
Ooh. Hyrkir runs over to the trash chute to take a look.
Bro, I found some mushrooms in the trash. Do you feel inspired?
Yeah, these mushrooms are super duper cool, Hyrkir. You've never seen this before. You feel inspired.
Can he collect them?
Sure, go ahead and do a nature check.
I'm excited to see like what you're going to do with all these mushrooms that you've collected.
7.
You try to chop off top mushroom, but as you do, the bottom mushroom falls into the trash chute. You get 1 mushroom.
Damn it. Ah! Hyrkir's mad at himself for screwing it up. He returns.
But yeah, Hyrkir, you do get inspiration.
Hooray! Click the inspiration box.
Niclaus will then attempt to gift the second inspiration, the one he got from eating, to Seirys. He'll do this by, as he's continuing to eat the protein bar, he'll turn to Seirys and like, "Did you ever do like investigations into missing persons while you were on the Falcon's Reach PD?"
Oh, yeah, every so often. You'd be surprised at how many people go missing in the city.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can find them and, make some good out of this. You don't have to be a police officer to do good in the city, right?
I wish more people thought like you did, Niclaus. That's such a noble way of looking at it. If everybody did their part, the city would really be a better place. Tears well up in Seirys' eyes.
You are inspired by Niclaus.
I'm motivated to continue my good work, even if I'm not technically a police officer. I think to myself,
Niclaus drops the candy wrapper protein bar on the ground because it's already messy. What? Who cares? I am chaotic good, so just gotta lean into that.
All right. Let's say the three of you are standing back in the living room. What do you guys do now?
I think we should go check out the bedroom.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a whole bedroom. I was thinking of this as a studio.
that's right. The manual always said, always for sure check the bedroom. For sure. And I'm nothing if not thorough.
Let's do it.
I open the bedroom door. My foot still hurts from attempting to kick down the other door.
You open the bedroom door. Inside, you see a somewhat old mattress, a nightstand, and another drawer, all of which have also been turned out. You notice that there's another door in here that would presumably lead to a restroom.
I think we gotta check everything out, make sure it's all clear. Or no dead bodies or clues.
I concur.
Okay. Let's do it.
Just from your general knowledge of the layout of this apartment, there's two doors to the restroom. There's one that goes in from the bedroom and one that connects to the dining room. Which door do you open?
If I'm looking in from the bedroom, I would just go into the bedroom and then over to the bathroom from there.
Yeah. You walk past Seirys and you head inside the bedroom. And as you try to open the restroom door, it's locked.
Hey, this door's locked. Can you try the other one?
You're talking about for the bathroom?
Well, I assume it's the bathroom, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it from out here. And then Niclaus will go try to open the door from the living room.
Yeah. You head into the dining room and try the door. It's also locked.
Yeah, it's locked over here too.
Do you think there's somebody in trouble in there?
I mean, could be.
Seirys kicks down the door.
All right, you gotta move to the door first.
Seirys moves.
She's moving
to the
with
door.
speed to get extra momentum on the
Seirys
door
sprints
strike.
at full speed towards the door.
Go ahead and do a strength check.
Hurt. That is a 19. Also, are the doors inside the apartment the same kind of metal slidey doors that are to the entrance of the apartment, or are they like normal doors?
These are also slidey doors.
Oh, that's key information.
A couple of things happen.
Oh no. I never like it when multiple things happen.
Seirys, you brush Hyrkir aside and kick down the door.
So satisfying.
It's very satisfying. It like flies backwards.
I gained 5 more inspiration.
As you do so, you briefly see a small gnome. a small female gnome with the round face, big brown eyes, and curly brown hair that is tied back in a ponytail. And then you see a plunger flying towards your face. Go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. Non-natural 20.
You dodge the plunger, which probably would have gotten stuck on your face.
That would have been very gross.
As you dodge out of the way, though, it leaves a small opening for the gnome to run out of the restroom, run out of the bedroom, and head towards the front door.
Stop that gnome! I yelled to Niclaus and Hyrkir.
And we'll go ahead and roll semi-initiative.
I'm semi-ready. Just kidding, that's a 6.
That's going to be a 6 plus 2, 8.
I got 7.
6, 7, 8. The gnome escapes.
The gnome rolled an 11.
These are all relatively pathetic.
The three of you are caught by surprise. So you're still staring at the plunger that could have been.
Could have been.
Your life flashes before your eyes. Hyrkir, you're still sort of shoved off to the side by Seirys dodging. And Niclaus, you just see this blur run past you for the front door. The front door opens, and the gnome runs out. The gnome has just run out of the metal door of the apartment. Niclaus, it's your turn.
Wait, come back! We just want to talk!
Wait, what? Oh, talk.
Niclaus will run out the door after them.
Sure, we'll just say it takes 30 feet to get outside the door.
Okay, so I can see them.
Sprint.
Does it seem like if we continue to run that I would catch up to them?
She is 50 feet ahead of you.
Does it seem like she can move 60 feet around is what I'm asking? Or does it seem like less?
Her legs are short. She goes 50 feet, or her speed is 25 feet.
You will catch up 10 feet at a time.
Eventually. Assuming she doesn't juke me.
Juke.
Is there anyone else around that in my brief running out? Did I see anyone, like, obviously between me and her or past her?
There's like a couple of people in the hallway. They're just walking normally.
Niclaus will attempt to surreptitiously cast the spell, targeting the female gnome and trying not to get anyone else in the range of it. It's a 40-foot cube. He'll cast slow, and she'll have to make a wisdom saving throw.
She rolls an 18.
She has saved. I don't think anything happens. So Niclaus will yell, "Stop! Come back!"
Hyrkir and Seirys, it's y'all's turn.
I think Hyrkir goes first.
Yeah, the two of you are still in the bedroom.
Ooh.
Well, I guess I will run my full movement out towards the exit of the apartment.
Yeah, you go to 30 feet and you pop out right behind Niclaus.
All right, then he'll run it. Does he see the gnome?
Yep,
He will run 30 feet after her.
yep. You make it within 20 feet. Woohoo! Seirys, what are you doing?
Seirys, shockingly, also runs out. Her full movement, ending up next to Niclaus, and seeing that the gnome is 50 feet away, seeing that Hyrkir is running after her, Seirys will yell, "Freeze!" And she'll cast Hold Person on the gnome.
Alright, what is the roll?
It's also a wisdom save.
Alright. They roll a 14.
That does not save. So they are paralyzed for the duration, which is 1 minute, as long as I concentrate.
She slumps over and slides across the floor.
Ooh.
I'm hoping that to the rest of the people in the hallway, it just looks like a police officer somehow tased this person or something. Because if you don't look closely, I look like a police officer. Oh, Seirys' turn ends because she can't do anything else.
Okay, we're gonna leave chase mode.
I ought to arrest this woman for trying to assault me with a plunger, but I won't because I don't feel like it. I look back and forth. Not because I can't, but because I don't feel like it. Yeah, Seirys runs up to the gnome.
Yeah, she's still face down into the dirty, dirty floor of this floor of the arcology.
Just toss her over your shoulder and carry her back to the room.
Yeah, I was going to do that. Seirys firewoman style carries her, slumps her over her shoulder and carries her back to the apartment and is like, "Nothing to see here, folks. Standard procedure."
I mean, is there anyone out and about?
Yeah, there's a couple people walking around. They look on in
Horror.
mild concern.
Standard procedure.
Go ahead and roll a deception check, Seirys.
Oh, I was trying to intimidate them. But yeah, that makes sense too. It's an 18.
Ooh.
Turns out you're pretty good at impersonating a police officer.
Super weird, right?
Very strange.
Deception 100.
And the three of you head back inside Rudiger Niigrim's apartment with this gnome in tow. The metal door shuts ominously.
It's all above board. Nothing weird about this at all.
Hey, we
Truly,
live in a dystopia,
you
it's
guys
probably
are the
fine.
terror.
Are we the baddies?
Once the door closes, Niclaus will lean up against it to provide something of a barrier when the spell wears off.
You have to go through our wizard to get out.
Can somebody help me? Okay, this is going to sound bad, but can somebody help me tie her up? We just don't want her running away while we ask her questions.
Yeah, use this. And Niclaus tosses the diamond-braided extra strength rope.
That sounded like an ad or something.
Joey, let me have it, and I'm bringing it out every time.
The adequately advanced magic branded double
Tie up your friends.
for fun.
For fun and interrogations. Warning, don't tie up your friends. Yes, Seirys ties her wrists together behind her, and she'll put her down on a chair,
Yeah, you do that.
and the spell wears off.
Yeah, a couple of seconds later.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Can you understand me? Do you hear the sound of my voice?
She doesn't move.
Is she awake? Did I kill her somehow?
Hold person lethally.
The spell didn't say that it kills the target, but you never know.
Go ahead and do a perception check.
8.
As you get closer to her to check if she's alive, she suddenly perks up and tries to bite you.
Ah!
And she rolls...
Oh, it's an attack?
It is actually an attack.
That makes
Rabid
sense.
gnome!
Actually.
Rabid gnome!
She rolls an 8.
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
She catches your arm, but her teeth aren't sharp enough.
I'm wearing clothing. Oh,
She struggles with the ropes.
that was not nice.
Now that you have a closer look at her, you see that she's wearing very practical clothing. Stuff that would let her move around pretty freely, including some very practical cargo pants and work boots. She's wearing a dark denim jacket. The gnome struggles with her ropes, and she says, "Hey, let me go."
We will, after we ask you a few questions.
At this point, Niclaus will cast Detect Thoughts on the gnome.
I'm not telling you anything.
Well, then I guess you're not leaving. It's as simple as that.
Maybe we don't have to be so confrontational about this, but we are in a little bit of a hurry, and we're trying to find out what happened to Rudiger Niigrim. I assure you, we have no intention of hurting you or him.
I don't believe you.
Well, it turns out Rudiger is a friend of Seirys here's father. Show her the picture.
I show. Oh, hold on.
Everyone's just stunned into doing what I say.
Yes, Hyrkir.
So Hyrkir is the boss now.
Yes, sir.
While Seirys is rummaging around to find the picture, what is the check for the Detect Thoughts?
It is a Wisdom saving throw.
This girl's making so many wisdom saving throws tonight.
She rolls a 16.
My save DC is 16, so she only makes that if I try to delve deeper. So there's nothing for just the surface thoughts.
For her surface thoughts, she is like,
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Fuck these people.
she is quite scared. She highly suspects you guys as being the ones who kidnapped her uncle.
Oh.
Seirys and Hyrkir, you're not privy to this information.
No, we're
Also, Niclaus, you hear these sort of surface thoughts of hers, and then you start hearing a lot of other stuff too that you shouldn't be hearing.
not. It's fine.
Once again, it is the voices in your head. They begin screaming at you, and then it culminates into a sharp, high-pitched tone, dealing 1 damage to you, and ending the spell.
I swear, if he got knocked out while we were just all standing here, he just suddenly passes out. That'd be interesting to see.
Your head throbs in pain.
Okay. Niclaus winces, rubs at his temples for a second, and with his eyes still closed and in pain, he turns to the gnome. He's like, "We didn't hurt the gnome. We're just looking for him.
That's what a criminal would say.
The criminal probably would threaten your life. You notice we haven't done that yet."
Yet.
I bet you were just waiting to get around to it.
Ma'am, we're very busy, and threatening you is not at the top of our to-do list. Now, I can assure you that you're safe with me.
Show her the picture.
Right. Oh, if I must. I have reason to believe that Mr. Niigrim is friends with my father who went missing, and that's why we're here looking for him. It sounds like you were here first, so there's no way that we would have done anything to him. And see, I shared something about myself now. Could you please share something about yourself? Ma'am, what is your name? My name is Seirys.
She flops onto the floor. and begins to try to caterpillar crawl away.
I stop her from doing so?
How?
If she's crawling, I just pick her up and put her back on the chair. Ma'am, we're not done here.
She flops the other way and heads towards the trash chute, slowly.
I get in front of her and pick her up.
This isn't working. Should we just take her back to the other apartment?
Can we just carry her out of here?
I mean, probably. Does anyone have a clipboard?
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe there's one in the office.
Yeah, just one of us with the clipboard, one person with them. And if we could get a ladder, that'd be perfect. But if not, then...
What are you talking about?
No one would stop us if we had a clipboard and a ladder. I'm just saying.
Why? I'm super confused. What does the ladder have to do with anything? What does the clipboard have to do with anything? You know what? It's fine. But I have neither of these things.
I mean, what are they going to do? Call the cops?
She continues, you just can't tie someone up and then expect to have a casual conversation over coffee.
Did you want coffee?
Yeah, no.
You threw a plunger at me and then ran away.
You tied me up and kidnapped me. And also probably my uncle.
Let's see, the plunger thing happened before the tying up and the kidnapping, so really you're at fault here.
And if we had your uncle, we wouldn't be looking for him.
Yes, why would we come here if we had your uncle? And why would we come here
Criminals
after you?
always return to the scene of the crime.
I can assure you that that only happens in 50% of cases. And this is not one of those times. Also, we're not criminals.
She flops onto the floor again.
Well, technically, me and Hyrkir are.
Seirys picks her back up and puts her over her shoulder. But mouth away from her. Mouth away from Seirys, so she can't bite her. Ma'am, what can we do to convince you that we aren't the people who may or may not have kidnapped your uncle?
Yes, what can you tell about this? Tell us about this kidnapping.
I'm not telling you anything. She's flopping around on Seirys' shoulder.
How do you know he just didn't run away?
The amount of struggle in this woman is astounding to the three of you.
Yeah, really? Ma'am, I'm an officer of the law. We don't kidnap people. These two are my deputized assistants.
I bet you're a fake police officer who does kidnap people.
Well, that's just not fair. Or nice.
I've seen plenty of those.
Again, if we had Rudiger, why would we be interested in you or need to look through all this stuff?
Maybe you're just back here to finish the job. She flops around some more.
Finish what job?
That doesn't make sense. If we had kidnapped him, wouldn't we finish the job where he is and not here where he's not? Listen, we heard he was missing, we came to investigate, and we saw you. Then you rudely threw a plunger at me, which I dodged. And then you ran away. And now we just have some questions for you.
She just struggles.
Okay, how about this? If we had taken your uncle, why would we have taken him?
I don't know, he's a really smart guy.
You're his niece?
No?
Hyrkir looks at Niclaus.
I don't know what Niclaus would say.
No one knows. I've put you in a tricky situation.
Hyrkir, while you look at Niclaus, Seirys, go ahead and do a athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, it's going to be athletics.
Body slammer. Body slammer.
Oh yeah, she ain't going anywhere. That's a 25.
Nice.
She rolls a 19.
I have
little one.
I have like a whoa moment, but I keep her.
Yeah, she's like a slippery fish.
Do you need some help there, Seirys?
I've never had a perp struggle so much.
She's
Here,
not a
Chris.
perp.
Here, I got something that'll help. And then Niclaus will cast Hex on the gnome.
How many things are we gonna cast on her?
All those things.
Yeah.
And he will choose Dexterity as the ability check that she has disadvantage on. And it'll last for an hour.
She flops around. She's like, "What are you doing to me?"
Making sure you don't escape.
That's what a bad guy would say.
That's also what the police would say.
Yeah, Niclaus, that is kind of what a bad guy would say.
Isn't that what the police would say?
I've never said that before.
We're making sure you're not going to escape?
I mean, usually the people just go in jail and they don't escape.
That they don't try to escape repeatedly like her?
Correct. But we don't have a jail here. We just have this rope.
It's a very good rope, though. Niclaus goes to the kitchen to look to see if there's stuff to make coffee.
Maybe a cup of tea will help her calm down.
Niclaus, you head over to there's not a whole lot in the dining room area. You do recall that there is a JYMO ordering terminal, though.
He pulls up a carafe of coffee.
From the terminal?
Yep.
You gotta, like, order it.
How long does it take to come in?
You don't know.
Oh my god. Is there expedited? Jaimo now?
Jaimo now. Hyrkir pulls out his pipe of smoke monsters and begins
Alright.
making smoke monsters and inspecting the mushroom he pulled out of the
We've
garbage
given up
chute.
on this girl.
Alright. Well,
Trying to
Just
be,
a waiting game
I'm trying
now.
to be not threatening.
Seirys is gonna try something.
Is it violence?
No, it's actually... The ability is called Emissary of Peace, actually. It's the opposite.
Okay, hold that thought real fast. Niclaus, you go to the JYMO ordering terminal and you tap some things, and it's like, this will be charged to your apartment.
Yeah, I just move forward.
Yeah, and then the dumb waiter-like machine nearby you rumbles for a little bit. Meanwhile, Hyrkir, you start smoking your pipe, and the gnomish woman is like, she starts coughing. As the three of you continue to attempt to convince this woman of your trustworthiness, mostly ineffectually, whoever is closest to the door, you start to hear this whistling sound. It grows closer to the door.
Hyrkir turns towards the door and puts his mushroom away.
Niclaus sits up from leaning, turns towards the door.
Seirys is too busy struggling with the gnome to listen to what's happening.
The gnome also stops struggling and looks towards the door. You hear someone fiddling with the keypad, and then the door slides open. And the three of you and the gnomish woman you see standing in the doorway is a very tall and imposing figure with a rough and weathered appearance. He's wearing a long, dark duster coat that just seems to billow behind him as he enters. And he's wearing a wide-brimmed hat, mostly covering his face. As he looks up at the people in the apartment, you see that he has scars that crisscross his face. He continues to whistle. And everybody go ahead and do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
What type of effect are we trying to save from?
Frightened.
I have advantage against being charmed or frightened.
Also, everybody who's within 10 feet of me gets +4 to all saving throws.
Oh, nice.
Or an extra +4. Because of
+4? Okay.
my aura of protection.
Wisdom saving throw.
So
Am I within 10 feet of... I mean, I assume I'm pretty close because I was right.
Yep, you can say you're pretty close.
That's a 20. Unnatural.
Whoa.
I also have 20 on natural.
Wow.
Ooh. Seirys has a 21.
Who's going to throw out the casual? Can we help you?
As the man's duster cloak billows, you see that he is carrying a very large greatsword. The three of you pass your wisdom saving throw and avoid being frightened. Even so, a chill goes down each of your backs. This is Joey, your mostly adequate dungeon master. Sorry for the late publishing for this episode, got a bit caught up this weekend. We'll most likely be taking a break next week to give ourselves some breathing room, and then we'll be back the following week. There's going to be a few vacations in the coming month, so the schedule will be a bit sketchy, but we'll figure something out. Join us next time as Hyrkir, Niclaus, and Seirys make a quick escape